Welcome back, everyone. We're almost at the finish line doing my top 100 games of all time. This is 20 to 11. I'm not going to skip a beat. Let's go right into it. So this is a deck building worker placement game. This came out around the time where two others were also being released or kickstarted. This is The Lost Ruins of Arnak, which is a fantastic game that utilizes the deck building worker placement similar to Dune. I think this is a lot more similar to Dune Imperium than Endless Winter, because I remember Endless Winter, Dune, and Arnak were all around at the same time, and I think this one's a little bit closer to Dune in the way it utilizes the deck building and worker placement. But yeah, essentially you're investigating different spots, fighting off these like monsters and stuff. And I've got the expansion. A new one just came out, but it's the artwork is just amazing in this game. I feel that it does end a little too quickly. It's not a long game at all, but at the same time, the replayability is there. It's really just a great game. I love it that much. That's why it is my number 20. That's why it's that high. Number 19 is new to the list. I've been wanting to do a review of this game. I just wanted to play it one more time before I got to review him, because it is kind of big in scale, but it's not a long game. It actually when this game came out, it was being advertised as a 3x in 1 hour, I believe, and this is called Mosaic. So Mosaic is a action selection civ game. It's so. The way it works is you have all these cards that are spread out that all do different actions, and you're selecting which card that you want to do. You're placing a city down, collecting the resource, and it's really it's a unique game. Again, I don't think it's for everyone. I know it's been mostly positive, the vibes I've been getting. I have the big colossal edition up here, and it takes up a lot of space. It's a huge freaking box, and I have the War and Disaster expansion as well up there with it, which I actually haven't tried yet. But Mosaic is just a ton of fun. It is fairly quick. You can get a game done in an hour. I have yet to actually get it done in an hour. I think the longest it took us was our first game was about 2 hours. It was just really a learning game. The setup is a pain in the ass, but overall, the game is a lot of fun. It is tense. There is some there's player interaction. You can mess with other players and attack them and stuff, but it's not really that. It doesn't happen that often. There's certain cards that you can choose to like remove a player soldier, or a player soldier or city from the board, and yeah, again, replayability is pretty high now with the expansion out. I've been wanting to table it again, but it is a table hog. But at the same time, the plus is that the game is not really that long. It does play pretty quickly once everybody knows what they're doing. That's why it's my number 19, Mosaic. Number 18 is also new to the list. So I played this game, believe it or not, the last time I played it was the day my son was born. This is a cooperative game that where it's a real-time cooperative. This is Project Elite. So I actually played this game a few hours before we actually went up to the hospital to see my son was born, and I remember the game just being really intense, man. It was a lot of fun, and it was one of the best cooperative games I have ever played. It was that freaking good. It actually exceeded my expectations, like what I expected out of it, and it was one of those games that just came down to the wire, and we ended up losing. But I had a blast playing it. It's again, it's a CMON game, so it's gonna be a little pricey. But if you have the cash, definitely check this one out, and I think you have a lot of fun with it. That is Project Elite, not my number 18. 17 is a worker placement Euro bag building game. I still adore this game so much, and that is Orleans. I can't stress enough how much I love deck building and bag building. You remember I had Resurgence on my list. I've been wanting to play Altiplano, and I have Wonderland's War down here. So Maybe those games can overtake Orleans. I don't know, but for now, Orleans is pretty damn high up on my list. It's just, after all these years, I think it is a fantastic game. I do have an expansion that I believe it was the Intrigue expansion that actually you can mess with a lot of it. It's pretty mean. But again, you don't have to play with it. The game has like 3 different modes. I have the cooperative mode as well, which I actually haven't tabled yet. But yeah, Orleans, still a fantastic game after all these years. And to be honest, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's gonna still be pretty popular at conventions and on people's tables for the years to come. That's why it is my number 17. 16 is an area control game that really blew me away when I played it. One, because it was just so simple. 2, it was quick. 3, again, the artwork was pretty good. I believe there are better area controls out there, but this one's still really high on my list. This is Inish. So, Inish comes from that line of Kemet and Cyclades. I have all 3 of those games, and Cyclades and Kemet still haven't been tabled yet. So out of all those 3, Inish is the only one that's on my list. But Inish is a fantastic card drafting area control game. It does it so well. It's a unique in that way that I mean, Blood Rage doesn't do that, but Blood Rage is simply just draft the cards, place your your soldier down, your Viking down. Maybe get a few power. Inish does things a little bit differently because you're building up the city, like the city and stuff. It's just a lot of fun. If you ever get your hands on it, highly recommend it, especially if you're into area control. That is number 16, Inish. 15 is new to this list. 15 is a fantastic worker placement game, in my opinion. It's interactive because you need an app to play it, and that is My Father's Work. So this is a horror-themed game where you play as this mad scientist, like this Frankenstein-type doctor, and you have your estate, and then you're sending your workers to a village, and you have the Igor character working inside your estate, doing putting him on worker placement areas as well. But now when you go to the village, depending on what you do, you can raise the scary meter. Like if the village gets afraid of you, then if it gets too high, you get banned from going to the village unless you go to the church, and then people start, and then the track goes down. But also, depending on what you do, it changes the map. Again, the game is the worker placement area is a large book, and there's 3 different scenarios. So I played the first scenario. Again, there is player interaction as well. Not a lot. Again, it's more story driven, which also makes it a little bit longer. The game we played was about 3 hours, but I feel like it went by pretty quick. But there are certain things that you can do to mess with other players in a way. Again, every scenario is going to be different, but My Father's Work is still one of the best worker placement games and one of the best games I have ever played. Again, it's not for everyone because some people might not like the app, the whole app thing, and the fact that it can run a little long. I mean, I played with 3. I thought 3 was a perfect player count. 4 probably would have been longer. But anyway, definitely check it out. My Father's Work, my number 15. 14 is another game that's new to the list, and it also blew me away when I tabled it. So this is a little bit of an area control Euro in a way. Some people might say it's more of a Euro than anything else. This is another game by Stan Kardonsky. It is right behind me, I believe, somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere over here. Anyway, this is Rurik Dawn of Kiev, yeah, it's right over here. And I haven't tried the expansion yet, but yeah, Rurik is a game where everybody plays as a different clan. You're managing your resources, trying to build different castles or your headquarters on the map, and attacking, fighting other players. But it does it in such a great way. I haven't got a chance to review it. I wanted to, but supposedly this game is out of print. I don't know if they're redoing. I heard somewhere, again, I could be wrong, but I think they're reprinting it. They found a way to reprint it because it's a fantastic game. Again, if you can find your hands on it, buy it. I picked it up at PAX the first year I went to PAX. But I forgot who had it, But they had the expansion. I said, you know what, I'm jumping on this. I didn't care because I had heard good things about it. The game is right up my alley. But yeah, a lot of fun. Definitely, and it's not too long either. You could probably get it about a 90-minute, 2-hour game maybe. I played with 3. I thought that was a great player count. I probably would have wanted to play with more. But anyway, number 14, Rurik, Dawn of Kiev. Number 13 is also new to this list. I don't believe I had it on my list last year. It's another area controlled game. So as you can see, we're starting to get into all the area control games now. This is also an action selection area control game. So what's unique about it is you have these 3 sets of cards on the map, and you're gonna, on your turn, you're gonna choose what you want to do. So it could be move. I think one was build. I forgot what the other one is. But this is Ruination. So Ruination is I call it a Mad Max style game. I feel Mad Max created this whole wasteland atmosphere back when it came out in 1979. But yeah, so this is like a Mad Max-esque type game where you're running these like clans in in the wasteland, and you're trying to gain the favor of like the king in the middle of the map, and you know, going against other players. It's a very in-your-face area control game, which I really love. Just backed the expansion on Kickstarter. It should be coming, I think, in the summertime, hopefully. Again, if you're not into in-your-face area control games, this is not for you. But yeah, number 13, Ruination. Number 12 is my favorite living card game of all time. That is Marvel Champions. I can't say stress how much I love Marvel Champions. I think it was a little higher last year, but it dropped just a bit. I haven't been able to table it that much. Been trying to get a lot of these games also tabled. But yeah, I play Marvel Champions solo. I haven't played it with 2-player yet. I don't think I would play it with more than 2. But yeah, just if you're into Marvel, I highly recommend that game. You know, the theme is all there. It's very strong. I didn't get the newest expansion. I forgot what I was thinking. It was Age of Apocalypse or something. I forgot. Hopefully I'll get to pick it up soon. But yeah, between that and Arkham Horror, those are the only 2 living card games I play. And again, I love horror over Marvel, but I just think Marvel Champions is a little bit better and maybe easier to table than Arkham Horror. And I think it's I don't want to say more family friendly, but I feel Marvel Champions would get tabled more than Arkham Horror, just in terms of gameplay. And it's not easy too. I still haven't gone past Ultron, which is a pain in the butt. But yeah, Marvel Champions, that is my number 12. Finally, my number 11 is another cooperative game. And I believe this is the last cooperative game on my list. Let me double check. It is. So this is my favorite cooperative game of all time. And it is also app-based. That is the Return to Dark Tower. Now, Return to Dark Tower was originally released in the early 80s. It was more of a competitive game. Again, you had the same thing. You had a battery-operated tower. This is completely different than that game. This is cooperative. There is a competitive mode, but I really don't think it's worth it. I've heard nothing but meh things about the competitive. It's more essentially a race than anything else. But yeah, this is a cooperative game where you're trying to take down the big baddie, and you got this interactive tower in the middle that is people. It's not even a gimmick. I think the thing is freaking awesome. You're putting skulls in it, and it determines which area of the map that it's going to put. Then if it's on your area, if your buildings have too many skulls, then it's destroyed. I have yet to win a game. I don't know. People say the game is too easy. I have yet to win a game. I've played it a bunch of times. I have not won once. I also have the miniatures expansion. Again, you don't need it. Since I love the game so much, I bought the miniatures expansion for the monsters and stuff instead of having a cardboard on it. I know a new expansion came out, and I didn't jump on it. I still wanted to dive into the other expansion that was released not too long ago. But yeah, Return to Dark Tower, fantastic cooperative game, and my favorite cooperative game of all time, and my number 11. That's gonna do it for today, guys. You know, just please like, subscribe to the channel. It would help me grow, help this little channel grow. If you have any questions about the games you saw on this list, you know, share your thoughts. Feel free to leave them in the comment section. I always respond to everybody. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time when I do my 1 to 10.